Where to start? I know it's been a while. It has been truly a long time since I made one of these blog updates, and a lot has happened. A lot has happened in the past. In the past couple months since I made a blog update. Um, a lot of experiences that changed my life forever, and good and bad, right? So I don't want to make it sound as though like everything that happened was sort of technically bad. Um, but many of them were experiences that helped me understand life a lot more, and that helped me improve on my ways as a person, as a human being a lot more. Right? So with that being said, my name is Romario Patrice, and for those of you guys who don't know who I am, and this is the first time following the channel, this is my regular blog updates. Right, something that I do every time that I spend a couple months away from YouTube. So every time I come back, I do an update blog to just kind of educate everyone of you guys, my subscribers, my followers, who are regular comebacks at the channel on the events that had me away from YouTube for some time. Right, so yeah, so to begin with, the first topic I want to talk about, I want to just get that out of the way one time. I was contacted by a friend a couple weeks ago to be exact, about a month and like 2 weeks. They asked me like, what's going on with Journey Part 2, right? Journey to the Ancient Land of Murga, the Sunken Kingdom. And unfortunately, I have some bad news for you guys with that. That is going to actually be postponed until further notice. And the reason for that is during the course of editing, in post-production, everything was already finished. I was finished filming, and everything else that needed to be done was just post-production editing. And there was like about 6 or 7 scenes to just do or redo, and then was to render the entire, and then I just had to render the entire project, and that would have been it. Unfortunately, however, at the beginning of this year, my laptop that I used to edit on crashed, and that threw me back way off, right? I don't know if it was overheating. I don't know if it was because of the inconsistency with the low voltage in my area, because my area where I live in rural Trinidad and Tobago, so the electricity, the power tends to come and go regularly, right? And so I don't know if that had something to do with the laptop spoiling or not working. So at the time when I was just about to finish Journey to the Ancient Land of Murga episode 2, my laptop came and crashed. So what I did, I had all this stuff saved on an external hard drive, 2TB HDD, and I took that, placed it in a knapsack, and I hid it away. Right, so I'm thinking that okay, when I build a new system or when I get a new laptop, I will just finish edit out everything. Fast forward a couple months after to when I built my new system, I tried to plug back in the hard drive to see if it would function normal, and I would just continue editing the second part of Journey. And unfortunately, the hard drive wasn't reading at all. Alright, it wasn't responding at all, and I was just hearing like this weird clicking sound. And when I carried it in to check by a couple technicians, they told me that the hard drive, apparently it was overdue now, right? The expiry time was overdue, and that there's a maximum amount of time that you could write files onto a hard drive, something that I didn't know before. So long story short, the hard drive actually not working right now, and I have to go and film over everything for the second episode of JT Ancient Land of Murga, and then go back into post-production editing on that. Alright, I've been honest with you, it had me really flustered and had my mind kind of all over the place. So I decided to just take a back step from that and focus on some of my other films that I have in the works right now. Right, particularly Invasion 2020, chapter 2 and 3. For those of you guys who watched the first episode of Invasion 2020, the first chapter of Invasion, Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. And as said in one of my videos, I can't see when the other two chapters are going to be released, right? The other two chapters would consist of 4 more episodes, a part 1 and part 2 for chapter 2, along with a part 1 and part 2 for chapter 3, right? But I can't see when that is going to be released because right now in Trinidad and Tobago, we're underneath a state of emergency. So, and as you guys would know, I'm filming with these um, guns, right? And I think there's some gun law, gun amnesty law that states you're not supposed to be with these things around or outside or even have it in your possession in public, all right, during the course of the state of emergency or any time at all, right? So I don't want to run into any problems with the law or anything like that. So during the course of the state of emergency, I won't be filming anything um, as pertaining to Invasion 2020. So we'd have to wait until maybe at the end of the year to do episodes 2 to 4 now, which is chapter 2 and 3 now, right? So that's out of the way. Currently, I'm working on a new short film for the Film and Folklore Festival. I have just under a month to film and do stuff in post-production. The name of that film is Children of the Mist, and it is a folklore film, a local folklore film that delves into the I don't want to give too much away because, as you guys would know, when I start talking about stuff like this, I tend to get carried away and then I sell out everything. But it delves into the law of the Dwens, right? What a Dwen is, and and the story surrounds that now. So I don't want to give too much away, but that's my new project that I have coming up very, very soon. It is actually my first film that is surrounding Trinbagonian or West Indian folklore. So I'm really excited to get that off the ground. But it is a short film and it is not connected to my film and my folklore cinematic universe that I have incoming, right? So this is just something on the side. So also as you guys would have seen, I participated in the Green Screen Environmental Film Festival last year once again. I participated the year before in 2023 and submitted 2 films. I think is the Great Mother was one and the other one was Save Our Home. Those were the 2 films that I participated with. And one of those 2 films was selected, but I didn't win any awards for either of the film, right? For the one that was selected. And so this year I participated once again, or last year I participated once again in the Green Screen Environmental Film Festival and won the overall jury award with my new short film, Crossroads. And it is a film that uses visual poetry to speak about climate change and the problems with climate change and how it connects to us as humanity, right? How it is our fault, and along with it being our fault, it is also our responsibility to find a solution to fix it now. Because as of right now, we are actually past the 1.5 threshold set out by the United Nations for the temperature and the heat temperature, right? So we're beyond that. 2024, we surpassed that now, right? So global temperatures are going to rise from here on forward now. Right, so it is something that I have a really great passion for, particularly being trying to get people more aware of how severe and how problematic it can be now. And the reality is, us as to say poor persons, right? Persons who are middle class and lower class, and even some members who are maybe upper class in society, can't really fix these problems now. These problems are left up to those in power now, right? Those who own these big factories, those who own these big industries, and the governments of these countries, right? So those are the ones responsible for making this change, right? And it is something that I'm really passionate about. And also I want to get a couple of the other persons who had won the overall jury award over the past few years from the Green Screen Environmental Film Festival together as a team for us to create a sort of video speaking about the problems that relates to climate change and how we could do whatever little as we could to try to fix or try to help the situation, right? So for those of you guys who didn't see it, this is the trophy. It was presented to me by the National Gas Company (NGC) um, for winning the overall jury award, and it is a great privilege. As mentioned before, it is a great honor and a privilege. It is actually the first award that I've ever won locally in Trinidad and Tobago, and I am really happy that it is the first that I won locally, being that it is something that I'm also very passionate about, right? Saving and helping sustain the environment for what it really is now. So it means a lot. And once again, thanks everyone who, um, from Sustainable TT, I think is the name of it, or to say the Green Screen Environmental Film Festival. That's the director, Kappa Bacchus, and every other member of the team. I really, really appreciate this, and it means a lot to, as I've said, for this to be the first award that I've ever won locally. And, it is something that I'm really passionate about. So thanks very, very much again for the award and for the opportunity. Right? So, with that out of the way, one of the things I wanted to focus on more this year, please God, because we have a tendency of speaking about tomorrow and next year and next week as well, like it is granted now, right? Every day that you are given is a gift and not a given right. I can tell you that for a fact, right? Because last year I actually lost a lot of people that I was really close to, and it just awakens you up more to the reality of life, and you become more conscious of these things. So if you are not a God-fearing person, I mean that's okay. You don't need to be a religious person to be a God-fearing person. But yeah, so one of the things that I have plans to work on this year, please God, um, is pushing forward a lot more of these ideas now, that I have now, right, as pertaining to short films environmentally, and also getting some of these featured films off the ground, in terms of paper and into like works, right? Starting to at least do casting and casting calls, and maybe start filming some of these things this year itself. I can't say for sure, and start working on a lot more stuff now, right? Coming up this spring, as you guys would see in a link that I would post here, is my new series, Let's Explore, which delves into the beauty of Muruga, Trinidad and Tobago. Season 1 is going to focus on Muruga only. I actually wanted to start it doing all these different places here in Trinidad and Tobago, and then come and do Muruga. But then I said it doesn't make sense. You start outside and then you come in, right? The best thing is for you to start home and then you branch outwards, right? So you gather a fan base as you go out, right? So one of the things that I wanted to do as well along with that is to continue doing these beach cleanup videos, right? Along with the counselor for the area. I want to put together a team of us that we could go to all these different beaches, and maybe if it's like once a month or twice a month, and keep these beaches clean. I think there is a group that is hired to do these jobs by the government, but us as persons can have a passion for this as well now, as I've mentioned before, to sustain the environment and keep it for what it really is now, right? To sustain its natural beauty. Alright, so as mentioned before, Let's Explore is going to be premiering this spring. It was actually supposed to be premiering last year, August, but I ran into a lot of problems last year. 2024 was a very tragic year for me, mentally, emotionally, and physically, right? Financially as well. Because my drone had crashed, and I had to go and repair the drone, and not just I actually was going to send the drone to repair, and then the person who was going to repair the drone for me, I noticed that something was kind of off with it, right? So I started to kind of dig up and research a bunch of stuff as pertaining to how I would have to go about fixing the drone. And so I started to learn these things by watching all these different YouTube videos, and researching stuff and reading up on stuff. And so I took it up on myself to fix my drone for myself, and it took me a while, but it was done and it is operational right now. But previously, before, when I was filming Let's Explore at the beginning of last year, 2024. My system had crashed, and so I couldn't have anything to edit on. And then I said, well, okay, what if I don't have anything to edit on at this point in time? What I'm going to do is just film and put all the footages in like a folder, so I would have everything ready for when I build a system, right? And during the course of filming, Let's Explore, the drone came and crashed, and then my camera came and it didn't spoil, but it wasn't working at a point in time, and there were a lot of technical issues and problems surrounding that entire series now, right? So I just decided to give everything a rest and just focus on family time and work time and just relaxing and trying to get my mind at ease until I eventually decided for the first time to build my own PC instead of using these gaming laptops as I usually use to edit my work and stuff now, right? So I had fun doing that with my girlfriend. She actually fell asleep on me though. But we had fun doing that together, building our first PC. And now that we have everything up and running, as we did the equipment and hardware and all these things, I'm going to continue filming the all the other scenes for Let's Explore. So hope you guys stay tuned for that, because it is going to be premiering on, I can't say what day exactly, but during the course of the spring season, right? So I really hope you guys stick around for that. And as mentioned before, with the Invasion 2020 chapter 2 and 3, those episodes would be filmed and edited after the state of emergency has ended here in Trinidad and Tobago, right? Because as I've mentioned before, I don't want to have any run-ins with the law, with any problems, and I don't want to give anybody any reason to want to come and interfere with me or my family because they think maybe I'm dealing in some sort of illegal stuff or something like that, right? So we'd wait for that time to pass, and then I would ask for the appropriate permission from maybe the sergeant of the police station close to me to at least get supervision on set for when we are filming these scenes, because there are a couple of scenes that I would have to film during the course of the day out in public now, right? So, and I don't want anybody to get the wrong idea, so I would have to see what is the workaround to try to get police supervision while we're filming these scenes. So that has a bit of way before it is done, right? So that's that. And as you guys would have seen as well, before I forget to mention, I started to play games right here on the channel. As you guys who personally know me would know, I am a big gamer. And one of the games that I love very much is Warhammer 40k. Right, that is my favorite sci-fi franchise besides Star Wars, and I decided, instead of playing any other game, or uploading any other game first on the channel, let me do Warhammer 40k Space Marine, so which is right now my favorite video game to play. So if you guys haven't seen that, I would leave a link to the playlist here for you guys to go and check out. Most definitely, I hope you guys enjoy, because I did enjoy playing through that game. And yeah, I think that's it for this vlog update. And to just say on a personal note, I really appreciate you guys, all of you guys who support me throughout this entire journey of my life as a YouTuber, as a filmmaker, even as a person those of you who would share good advice with me, those of you who would look out for me and, support me in any way possible. It really means a lot, and I do appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. So with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video, hope you guys enjoyed this update, and if you guys did like, remember to drop a like and subscribe, and catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.